is about to snow in the next day or two, and I realized I hadn't shared any landscaping updates with you guys or outside work, and I wanted to before it was all covered in snow, which would be so beautiful because it's kind of just dirt. But we've made quite a bit of progress outside, so I'll show you now, and then hopefully in the spring we'll see even more progress. But I'm really excited about what's been happening around here. I'm really excited about the idea of not just having dirt everywhere and getting grass in next year. So let me share with you what we've been doing. Before we could do much of anything, we had to build quite a few retaining walls, and we did have some hired help for this. And rocks was the most, budget-friendly option, even though it was still a lot to get these rocks. A lot of it we got off of our land, but not quite enough. So here's what you see when you drive into our house. I apologize for the piles of wood. Kevin is building more saunas and getting ready for that. But so we had this entire wall in the back of the house built. We had a little platform for the propane tanks put up, and that was the first big thing. And Kevin wanted to keep a road up here so that we could drive four-wheelers or trucks or whatever clear to the back, which has already been so nice. So originally our concrete pad here wasn't this big. It ended where this little swoop was, and we thought this would be just closer up, but we realized it was really hard to turn around in here, so we pushed the land back further, built this wall, and poured more concrete. Kevin had a lot of his brothers and friends come to help, which was such a blessing because that is a big job and it's so expensive if you hired it out. So he managed to find a way to get it done. So here we are in the back of the house. A cute little kitty on the garbage. We still have some cleanup to do before the snow comes, but hello. Anyway, this is the back patio that we got poured with concrete and built a retaining wall out here. So we had the rock end right here, and we have these big flat rocks we're still digging out of our land because they're so expensive to buy. So we'll get more of those and build these beautiful little stairs all the way up there. We put wood chips all along the back, and hopefully next spring we'll be able to plant some trees and bushes and whatnot. But this is the back patio and the amazing rock wall that Kevin built. It was such a huge project. So if you'll notice, this stone is the same as what's in our pantry that we did on that featured wall. And I loved it so much. I thought it would make such a beautiful wall for the patio. We have our sauna out here, which is really nice, just to be really close off of the house, but not much else. I definitely have big plans in the spring. We're gonna build a pergola, do some pretty seating that will stay protected under a covering, get some really pretty picnic tables. Right now we just have this table that my mom gave us, and his grilling stuff, which we wanna make a little area for as well. So way excited to do this project come spring, but right now it's just pretty much empty. Let me get you a close-up of this pretty stone wall. We like the overgrouted look, and so he laid the stone and then did really thick layers of grout. I'll show you some footage here of how he did it. He had to pour some concrete footings, first of all, to make sure that this wall would not move and shift with the moisture and weather. And then he built actually a cedar, what are they called? Cedar blocks? No, cinder block, not cedar block. I'm staring at a cedar sauna, not cedar, cinder. So he laid the cinder blocks down with basically the cement in between them. This was really hard to get it to line up straight, but we knew once we put the stone on that it would look all right. With such a long running wall, it'd be near impossible to get that straight. So I'm glad we put the stone on and didn't just think we could do a cinder block wall. That would have been, probably wouldn't have looked very good. So then he put the stone on and grouted it, just like he explained. He did a whole video when he did the pantry wall. So the process was like exactly the same, except this time for the little grout lines, this would have like killed his hand. It would have just destroyed his body. So he got a grouting machine that just squirted it out without too much effort. Otherwise that probably would have just destroyed his elbow and hands and would have been terribly painful. We were sure to include this little buffer zone here with just some rocks. We wanted to make sure if we needed to spray this off, that the water and debris had somewhere to go. So we left that little area there, but you'll see just the wood chips up here. There's a lot of wood chips. He actually found a landscaping company that cuts down trees and chops them all up. And they just delivered their green waste basically to our house, and they love it and we love it. So we should have all the wood chips we need. Anyway, so this is the backyard. Oh, I should show you this little area. So it's all fenced in because this is where our doggy goes. And we gave him a little green spot to do his duty, which has been very nice. He can get himself in and out and take care of things and not come in with a bunch of mud and stuff on his paws. So that's how we're managing the dog. This will basically be his little outdoor living space. We might even build a nice dog house out here for him. But yeah, that's pretty much the back patio. I cannot wait to get it all decorated. So here's the garden area. We have some boxes on, keeping some green alive, but it's about time to be done with that. This is like one of my favorite little areas in the home. We created this little pathway, and Kevin worked hard at like cleaning this up. It was just full of dead branches and all sorts of stuff. So now it's benches that my kids have drug out, but it's just this little beautiful play area for the kids. And then you can come up here to our garden area. Again, try to have a long-term vision here because some of it's not so pretty, but everything's dead now, but in the spring, it's so magical. And with all these leaves, it's just so beautiful. So I haven't seen this yet, actually. So this is our old chicken coop. Kevin is currently building a new one, and I haven't even come out yet to see what he's done. So let's take a look. This one was not functioning well. He threw it up in kind of a frenzy when we got too many chickens and realized we needed a house. So not my dream chicken coop. And he's building another one, which will go right here with a bigger run. It's looking good. So he's building a bit of a rock foundation here for the coop. And then he's buried this chicken wire here because if we don't, raccoons will just dig right under and have a lovely supper. So this is what he's doing. I'm excited to see it finished. Doesn't look like much right now, but it's going to be much improved from that. And of course, here's our garden, which I've shared with you, looking dead and ready to rest for the winter. But he put the coop here because his plan is he wants to extend this garden well past there. So we just found that we want more garden space. I know that's already huge, but we want more. Okay, Kevin just got out here. I'm going to have him explain how he's building this. It sounds pretty cool.
Well, I just decided we're going to build a 12-foot section. That's going to have an 8-foot section that's for the birds. So I'll have the...
By birds, you mean the grown-up hens?
The chickens, yeah. They'll all be in there. I'll have roosting logs for them, and then I'll have a water feeder in there. And and then I'll have a wall right here, section off just a little 4-foot by 8-foot section where I'll keep the feed. We'll put a little brooder in there for chicks if we ever have any. But then we'll also have egg laying stations on the side there that'll eggs will roll into that area. We have a bad problem with magpies around here eating all of our eggs, so that'll allow us, it's closed in, the chickens can't get to it, and then the kids can go inside and get the eggs without having to be in with the chickens, and keep it a little cleaner.
Sounds so much better than what we have going.
Yeah.
And then this is just
And
a big
then,
run.
Yeah, then there's a 16 by 8 section that's just a run. I'm gonna fill it in with dirt and level it out a little better, but right now I'm just trying to get supposed to be snowing on us here soon, so I'm gonna try to get the roof on.
Oh, it is getting cold. I can tell the storm is coming. Anyway, this is the most exciting thing that's happened on our house on the outside for a long time. We finally got retaining walls built in the front. It's so sloped, and we couldn't do anything in the front, put a lawn in or anything until we got these retaining walls because of the equipment that would be required. It's not very pretty, you guys, but to me, it's so beautiful. I'm just used to looking at just dirt and weeds, so I can actually see it coming together. But we have this lower rock retaining wall and then an upper one, and this will be a yard, and then we'll have a platform between them. Not sure if we're gonna do grass or rock or wood chips and planters. We don't know yet, but it's looking promising. We had to hire this out, which is why it took so long, just to save up the money, as well as finding a contractor that would show up. So we got it done in the nick of time before winter came so that this fill dirt can settle and we can be ready in the spring to put down grass. So beautiful rock walls here. We just don't have the equipment or the know-how, but other people do. So this was something we could not DIY. We have tons of rock left. So right here, you can see it still drops quite a bit. We plan to just slope this and make it a grassy slope, and then put like a nice wood fence here instead of this electric, where we can keep some animals. We have a couple of cows right now and horses, and I believe there's more cows somewhere. This one is so friendly. The kids love it. They don't want it to become dinner. So friendly. This whole area, we're not sure how it'll turn out, but he does want to build a barn. Whoops, clear over there by that horse. Eventually, like a barn to keep hay and to shelter animals, to maybe raise more goats for the fair. So this is going to be kind of the animal area when they're not grazing on the rest of the 15 acres. And then on the other side of this hay is where we have our little lavender patch that we've tested. And this year we're going to extend, not the full, what is this, 3-acre field right here? Not yet. We're gonna do about an acre next spring. So we gotta prep this ground. That hay pile will not be there permanently. That will be moved. But right now the chickens love pecking through there, and it's fun to see our animals right up here. You're just my little friend today, huh? Well, I don't know if that was interesting to you guys at all, but I felt like I wanted to document it and encourage anyone who is on a multi-year journey in building a home, that it just takes time, and that's okay. So way excited to have the interior done and to be working on the outside. Cannot wait to see it all finished, hopefully next spring. And if you're a landscaper and know more about outside work and you saw something that you thought you might have some good ideas for, I'm all ears. So excited to stretch my skills and work on the outside and designing outside landscaping. No idea what I'm doing, but it'll be fun. Thanks for tuning in to this little random video, but I was really excited to share with you the progress we've made and hope you enjoyed it.